Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review on this off-road light I purchased from China for $112. I plugged it in already inside the house, but I haven't done it at night yet. It has a cigarette lighter plug. I have an adapter for the wall. It's got a switch. It's supposed to be completely waterproof. This wire here, you just simply close the door or window on it. It stretches. You can put it on the roof or the front of your hood is what they recommend. It's 144 watts. A normal car can handle 180 watts, assuming you have 15 amps. Amps times volts. It's a 12 volt system. I have a 15 amp fuse. That gets us to 180 watts maximum. So we have a little wiggle room there. Assuming this is from China, a lot of their quality control isn't great. It might be more wattage, a little bit less, but hopefully I don't blow a fuse. I can simply change it though. In the back of it, it has these two bolts. You can simply loosen them, slide back and forth to raise or lower the beam. It's got these two magnets here. Got to make sure those are tight. I thought this would be something it wouldn't even stick. These magnets they're actually pretty strong. I was afraid if I put it on the hood like they recommend, you start moving fast, it falls back and smashes the windshield, because this thing is heavy metal. It's made like this, like a radiator to distribute heat. It's supposed to get pretty hot. This is two floodlights. It's just on and off. You can't dim it or anything. Some of the more expensive models, they have flashing lights. They have blinkers on them. It has all kinds of stuff. But this thing here, it looks like they just took a regular off-road light like you'd buy at Walmart. A regular off-road light, it comes with like 6 inches of wire. And you see they just spliced here. This piece here, I could have simply done that myself. I wanted something that would be waterproof. This, I don't think is waterproof. Look at this right here. See how loose that is? Water can get in right here. Maybe that might be for it to escape. But look at, there's holes everywhere going into the unit. But I'm not going to use this in the rain. It's just for going off-road occasionally. These really crappy roads I sometimes go on in the main North Woods logging roads. You got these raised structures you don't want to bottom out on. Yeah, someday I got to get a bigger vehicle with that has skid plates and all that. Well, we're going to go ahead and give this thing a test. I'm going to go ahead and stick it on the hood. We'll see how it does. I tried to buy this on eBay, Amazon. They don't sell one where it's spliced already. It's a containable unit. You can pop it on your car, take it off. It takes like a minute to install. It's nothing. You just stick it there. A regular off-road system, you actually wire it into the car's electrical system. Like in this car here, it would probably be right here. It is where I would put the switch. You have a few of these blanks in case you want to add things like extra lighting on the vehicle. The only extra lighting I have, I added a few marker lights in the front grille, but that's basically just when you're driving around in dim and you don't quite need the headlight yet. Also got this pretty cool light here. Let's go ahead and put it on the hood. I'm actually on a logging road right now. We'll go check out, see what we can get. That's low beams, high beams. Let me go out there and put this pop it on. But I want to make sure it actually works in here first. I haven't actually plugged it into the car. Got my two power banks here. That's so I can charge phones when the car is off. I'm gonna pull this thing out of here. This right here is that's a light that I have attached onto the front of the car, and in the back, that's an amber light. This is, plug this thing in. I'm just checking, turning it on and off. Is it... Surprised, sometimes when I plug things... Blinding bright. A lot brighter than I thought it would be. Let's go pop it on the front of the car. This would make a really good work light, like if you need to change a flat tire, because it has the magnets. You could stick it on the side of the vehicle right towards where you're working. So I just tried putting it on the hood. It didn't really work out. That's only because I need to adjust the bolts. The beam was too low. Pretty much useless. Let's go see how this works out. Regular headlights, high beams, these things on the roof. As you can see, it doesn't really shine a bright beam. Wow, we are attracting a lot of insects with this. It's nice white light. The headlights are kind of yellowish, different kind of lights, but this is good for looking for animals and stuff. You see it really lights up to the left and right. Let me shut my lights off. This is what you see without the headlights. It's pretty good, but I think I would actually rather have it on the hood, like the very front of the hood. I think it would look pretty good if I adjusted this angle behind the vehicle. You can really see it now. You can see off to the sides. That's good when you're driving around on these logging roads because animals sometimes pop out, but at least now you can really see the tree line. You'll be able to see something a few seconds in advance before it pops out in front of your car, and you can use that extra few seconds to be able to stop, put on the brakes. Kind of sounds like there's some animal walking around out here. And listen, I can adjust it with these, probably. There we go. All right, that is a lot better. Putting it way out front. I have it angled so it's actually like another headlight. My headlights now are off. See, headlight, high beam off. It's not as bright as far as a beam, but it's a lot brighter as far as a floodlight, giving you light off to the sides. So combined with the headlight, I am happy with the purchase. It makes a lot more sense having it way out front like that on the very end of the hood. I guess, yeah, that is actually good, the way I have it angled, because I can really see potholes now. Look what we have here. You don't want to hit that at 40 miles an hour. There's a culvert pipe. You see? Gonna go whoop right over it. Because there's a lot of bedrock. Logging companies don't have the money to dig, blast. No, for bedrock, you actually got to jackhammer through that kind of stuff. You don't even really need the headlights now that I have it angled perfectly. But it's best to use them both. The headlights are so you can see far in front of you. This thing is so you can see off to the sides. And just like with your high beams, you have to shut it off if another car is coming. You can use them on these recreational roads, logging roads, stuff like that. But you cannot use them on public roads. The police will stop you for these things. Well, in most states, regardless if you shut them off or not, like a high beam. You can have them on your car. This thing is not permanent. I would not trust magnets at highway speed, even though they do seem pretty strong. I would have to actually bolt it to something. You can remove those magnets. You can actually bolt it into a roof rack if you wanted to. That's how most of them actually go in. You can drive around with off-road lights. The police won't say anything unless you are actually operating them. In most states. In the state of Maine, up there, you are allowed to use off-road lights on country roads at night, as long as you shut them off when another car is coming. I've had guys not do it. This thing that I have on the front of my car is absolutely blinding coming towards you. I'll leave a link in the description if anyone wants to buy this. Usually, I order a lot of cheap trinkets from China just because it's like 90% cheaper than buying it in a store, but it usually takes like 3 months to show up on eBay. I was happy with this. This took 5 weeks to show up. That's a pretty good time from shipping from China, especially during the pandemic. A lot of my stuff I order from China doesn't even show up. I think the post office just loses it. They're not really prioritizing that cheap stuff, I guess, especially in China. I don't think they're prioritizing other countries' mail. It's just getting thrown out. That's something that actually annoys me. Because of the pandemic, a lot of businesses change their hours, so they're closing earlier, but they're not updating their Google profile. Usually the manager can just log into the store's profile and change the hours. A lot of stores aren't doing that, and it's annoying because you show up thinking they're open. but they're closed. It says online, but big stores like Walmart, they're good at changing their hours. It's always correct, but not this. On a normal day, those magnets on that light, they would be holding on really nice. But today, I actually just used this stuff, this As Seen on TV product. I wanted to try it out. Usually, I'll wax my car with the round sponge and then remove it with a towel, you know, regular waxing. But I tried this stuff called As Seen on TV Shine Armor. It actually makes the car really slippery and repel water. It worked pretty good. It's easier to apply than wax. It's like the lazy way out. But that stuff, it seems like a safety hazard, actually. You open the container, it smells like blueberry Gatorade, like you want to drink it. It smells so good. It made the whole car smell like blueberries. Like, it makes the car, seems like you would attract bears driving a car around with that stuff. At least initially, it smelled so good. Like, a little kid would drink it. I was curious. I gave it a little taste, but I washed my mouth out immediately after. So I was curious. No, it does not taste like blueberries. It tastes like bubble bath. It's weird that they made it that flavor. Gotta shut this off. We're about to cross a main road. We're gonna go on another logging road across the street. A little more driving. Actually just had to drive down the road a little ways to get to this next dirt road. It kind of sucked having to turn that off. It seems so dark without it. So yeah, it doesn't really help light up these dirt roads at night. Very nice thing. See, I can easily see all the obstructions and easily go around them all. Pretty bumpy right here. Area here is a bit washed out. Oh, look at these big rocks that I gotta slowly go over. That light being way out in the front of the hood is actually a good indicating tool, because I can know exactly where the front of the vehicle is when I do some really tight 3-point turns on these roads. Because I don't want to put a wheel into that drainage ditch on the sides. Wouldn't be getting out too easy. I don't know why that just reminded me. There was this one time I wanted to add. There was this one time I was going to have a dumpster dropped off in this public area in the breakdown lane. I told the city that I would pay to have a dumpster put there because I wanted to clean all this garbage, couches, furniture, TVs, all kinds of just junk that people dumped in the woods. I wanted to clean it up. I thought that would be kind of fun, make a time-lapse video of filling up the dumpster. Big construction dumpster I would have had dropped there. And they told me no. They told me they would give me a fine if I had that dumped on or had the dumpster dropped off on public property. They said I'm free to take the garbage myself, but I'm not allowed to put a dumpster there, so I didn't even do anything. They lost out on that. Their excuse for that was, they said that if there's a dumpster left there, it would encourage people to dump all around it. Even when the thing is gone, it would become a dumping area. But it's already a dumping area. Why do you think I want to put the dumpster there to get rid of it? Oh well. At least it wasn't my area. But other towns will actually give me free garbage bags. They have these orange bags. Like if your trash can overflows, you pay like $2 for each of these 50-gallon bags. Town Hall actually gave me like a couple dozen of them for free with no question asked. I could have just lied saying I wanted to pick up garbage just to get those free bags to use at my house. But I used them to pick up a bunch of trash around town, left them on the side of the road, and the city picked them all up, along with black trash bags I had myself. Oh, we're coming out. I'm having fun with this light. I'm gonna continue around here. This area, these are not actual logging roads. This is more of a recreational park where you can drive around and do stuff at night. It's open to hunters, stuff like that. Hope this video was interesting. Thanks for watching. I know I dragged it on talking about other things, but the main part of the video was like the first 6 minutes. And I'm going to put that in the description. Oh, this is really bumpy here. Yeah, sometime I gotta get a bigger vehicle, like an SUV that's built on a truck frame. A crossover with a truck. So I don't have to slow down and go around all this stuff. My clearance isn't high enough to go over junk like this. One time I was driving down these 2 dirt trails, like the middle had high grass. Like no big deal, grass scraping along the bottom of your vehicle. But it'd be nice to have skid plates, because I ended up hitting a rock. It was low speed, it didn't cause any damage. It put a little dent in the oil pan, but that could have been a lot worse if the rock was a little bit higher. This is the time you drive around to see if there's moose. I'm gonna pull over right here. I wanna hop out of the vehicle and see. Is that thing getting hot? It's been on like a half an hour. Does it get hot? It says in the description it's supposed to get hot. No, it's not. It's cool to the touch. I don't think it's even drawing that much power. It's definitely brighter than the headlights when I was staring at it. Like twice as bright. Thing's a good light. You saw how I ran back into the car quickly. Probably some animal trying to get away from me. I heard something running in the woods. Probably a deer, something running away. Most animals here will run away. The bears, everything's scared of people. Unless they have babies. Moose have been known to charge at vehicles. Gonna end this here. Thanks for watching. What do we got there? Fox? Or is that a coyote? Is that a fox or a coyote there? Look at it. Fox. Back out on the paved road. Seems so dark now with just the regular headlights.